Have you ever felt like life is just happening around you? You're doing your job, keeping up appearances, answering messages, but inside, nothing really moves you. No highs, no lows, just a constant meh. This isn't laziness. This isn't being introverted. It could be something deeper, emotional numbness. A silent survival mode your mind enters when it's too overwhelmed to feel. In today's video, we'll explore 7 subtle habits that may be signaling you're emotionally numb, even if everything seems fine on the surface. Because emotional shutdown isn't always obvious, but it is reversible. And becoming aware of it may be the first step back to feeling like yourself again. Emotional numbness isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about feeling emotionally distant, even from yourself. Sometimes this happens after long periods of stress, burnout, or emotional overload. The brain, trying to protect you, gradually turns the volume down, not just on pain, but on everything. Happiness, sadness, love, excitement, it all gets muted. And the problem? We often don't notice until the silence feels normal. But under that numbness, your emotional self is still there, waiting to reconnect. You find yourself saying, "I don't know how I feel." And you're not lying. You genuinely don't know. Maybe you used to cry easily or feel deeply moved by music or movies. Now, you just shrug. This isn't a lack of self-awareness, it's a disconnection. When your nervous system is on overload for too long, it starts suppressing emotions as a defense mechanism. And while this might help short-term, it disconnects you from what makes you human. You stop reacting to both joy and sadness. You don't get excited about things you used to love. And when something upsetting happens, you barely blink. It's not that you don't care, it's that you've trained yourself, unconsciously, not to feel. This is what numbness looks like, a flat emotional line no matter what life throws at you. You double down on logic. You become hyper-productive, focusing only on tasks, schedules, routines. You live in your head because your heart feels out of reach. Many people who are emotionally numb become extremely competent at work because staying busy distracts them from having to feel. But under that productivity is often a quiet ache, a sense of being emotionally hollow. You struggle to connect with people, even those you love. You go through the motions, smile, reply, make plans, but you don't really feel close. You feel detached. You might even feel guilty for not feeling enough in your relationships. But it's not about love. It's about emotional availability. When you're shut down inside, it's hard to meet others emotionally. You fill your time with distractions, scrolling, watching, binging. Passive entertainment becomes your emotional background noise. You're not fully engaged, but it's better than silence. This kind of escapism is common in emotional numbness because stillness feels unbearable. Silence is too loud. So you keep consuming, not for joy, but for sedation. Nothing really bothers you anymore. Your job stresses you out? That's whatever. A friend cancels plans? Doesn't matter. You miss a deadline? Oh well. You convince yourself you're being chill or easygoing, but deep down, you've stopped caring. Not out of peace, but out of depletion. This emotional detachment is a coping strategy, one that says, feeling is too exhausting, so I won't. You feel disconnected from your body. You skip meals because you're not hungry. You miss signs of fatigue, pain, or even physical stress. Your body and emotions are deeply linked, so when you suppress one, the other shuts down too. You stop listening. You start running on autopilot until something forces you to stop. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs, pause. Take a breath. This isn't the end of the story. This is the awareness you didn't know you needed. Because once you notice the numbness, you've already started thawing it. You're not broken. You're not empty. You're a human who's been through too much for too long without a safe place to process it. And now, you're creating that place. Let's quickly recap the signs. 1. You don't know how you feel. 2. You avoid both joy and sadness. 3. You cling to logic and productivity. 4. You struggle to connect with people. 5. You numb out with distractions. 6. You stop caring about everything. 7. You feel disconnected from your body. These signs aren't your identity. They're your body's way of protecting you. But now you can protect yourself by choosing to reconnect, gently, day by day. Which of these signs felt familiar? Drop it in the comments. No judgment, just support. You're not alone, and your journey back to emotional presence is valid. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who's been feeling distant from themselves too. Subscribe to our channel. Here, we seek to offer a place for emotional clarity, mental well-being, to find the way back to you. Because healing doesn't always feel like fire. Sometimes it starts with a whisper. And that whisper is you coming home.